Hello everyone and welcome back to The Sims 3. We are back in our Rags to Riches world and we are renovating the gym, which is where we are spending most of our time, other than the library. The fact that the gym had only 4 pieces of equipment and it just looked a bit old. I don't know whether I'm just comparing it to The Sims 4, but it just felt old and it needed a bit of a renovation. So I'm kind of going for the look of, they didn't want to change the whole building, it's under new management, they didn't want to change the exterior, but they redeveloped the entire interior other than the swimming pool. So at the minute I'm going around changing all the wall coverings, change the front from a tile to that weird pattern, the white, and then we add bricks around the side, just more modern, so it's like they've just basically refaced the building. And then the side paneling changes from an orange to a blue. Now, as I'm going around, you may notice that I miss some odd bits of the wall and the wall coverings, and I might forget to change bits back or update them. I do go back and fix them in episodes. It will probably be edited out, but there are bits where I've missed, and I've gone back in a future episode and changed it so that it's right. I am currently recording this in between episodes, so my previous episode that's out now, and then the next episode is after this recording. I have already recorded it. So, I have gone round, I have changed the front of the building, I am changing the entire layout of the interior. So the areas within the gym stay the same. So the kitchen stays where the kitchen is, and the pool stays where the pool is. But everything upstairs changes layout. I also change all of the fitting rooms as well. Changing rooms, whatever you want to call them. I change all of those, the layout of them, and sort of make them a little bit more upmarket compared to what it was previously. Now, as you can see at the minute, I'm currently updating all of the front windows, and then we'll work our way inside, I believe. I do change the front of, the front entrance to the gym, so it's not just a blank room anymore. It becomes a bit of a gym lobby, a gym/spa lobby. I do add some spa elements in. I also tried to find a sauna, because I felt like I remember there being a sauna, but I could not find it, so I'm guessing I am remembering wrong. In fact, I'm going to check Sims 3 sauna. So I have 2 separate computers, one for recording, one for editing. That's why the microphone will sound different to my normal recordings. I'm using a second microphone to record the voiceover for this video directly onto my editing software. And there was a sauna, but it was only in The Sims 2 in the Bon Voyage expansion. Okay. Anyway, so at the minute you can see that we are editing the pool. Just nothing about the pool changes other than the look. So I update the tile around, the tile on the floor, and then the tiles up the wall. Just kind of update it, make it a little bit more modern. The whole time afterwards, you can see around the pool there is it is darker than the rest of the room. I do need to put lights around the pool, but I haven't done it just because I don't want it to look kind of weird. And now I'm changing all the tile around sort of the perimeter of the pool. You can see that I've taken out all the walls. I did try to kind of make a bit of a pool bar without actually putting a bar in. So yeah, the whole layout is changing. I put that wave on there just because I felt like it kind of fit quite nicely into the style of the building, especially with the pool. And then we go round, we turn the kitchen area into a bit of a cafe feel. So we moved all the kitchen on so it's on a singular wall, and then added in some nice seating area. I do fence off the space as well so that you can't just walk straight from the pool to the cafe. You have to go through the lobby area as a sort of a way of, in real life, you wouldn't go straight from a pool into the cafe unless it was built to be part of the cafe and the pool area. So I go round. I've added in some new exterior seating as well. Not that you can have too many Sims on the lot. But I went through and added in the giant floor to ceiling windows to kind of, I don't know, I wanted it a feel of you're on holiday somewhere, or a nice luxury gym / spa. And I just thought having floor to ceiling windows across 2 stories would kind of give it that effect. You can see I add those fish lights in, but they are technically floating because there's no ceiling above them, which I do rectify. I do actually remember to change it. So as you can see, I've taken out the changing rooms. I think they were the men's changing rooms, and then the other ones are the female changing rooms. But both changing rooms disappear and they all become one. And I add in separate sort of cubicle spaces. This is the point where I thought, oh, why don't I add in a bar? But I just thought a gym wouldn't have really a bar in it. Most UK gyms are within hotels. Other than sort of big gym corporations. So they would have a bar, but it's part of the hotel, not just the gym. So in the entrance area, I just kind of created a bit of a lobby with a little seating area. How many times can you say area in 3 minutes? And that was pretty basically it for the lobby. There wasn't really much I wanted to add to the lobby. I just wanted it to sort of be a place where people could just walk straight through. I did try to add a computer onto the counters, but the computers can't go on counters in The Sims 3. I know they can in The Sims 4, but they can't in The Sims 3. Or if you can put it on the counter in The Sims 3, it faces the wrong way. So at this point, this is where I create the separation between sort of the kitchen, cafe, and the actual pool, so that you have to go, I mean, you don't have to, but so that you go into the changing rooms before you get into the pool. Just to add a little element of realism there. And I'm just going to have a quick sip of a drink. Now, at this point, I think in a second, this is where I get rid of, the female changing rooms and kind of create a single unisex changing room. I think I was originally, I recorded this a week ago, so I can't remember the exact detail, but I'm pretty sure I was going to keep them separate, but then I decided against it, just for sort of the logistics of it. There was no real need for them to have separate ones. I really wanted a door as well with frosted glass in it, but there isn't one. And also in the episode before this, I realised that I couldn't travel to other worlds, so I didn't have all the packs and everything enabled. No idea what happened there. I just decided to go out to the world for some reason. I didn't have all my packs enabled. So between the last episode and the next episode, I've reactivated all my packs, which is why I have all the Island Living pack and all the stuff that comes with it. Now, I did place these individual sort of changing cubicles. I've placed them all in. And again, this is something that I actually found out within an episode of Rags to Riches and changed. But a few of these don't work. I think the 2 middle ones work and the 2 outer ones don't. Or I think it might have been the 2 left ones work and the 2 right don't, just for the layout of them. Which I have realised I have gone and changed it in an episode in the future. So I think it's the next episode. I go to the gym and then I realise that I can't shower in all of the rooms, so I change all the layouts of them. So this isn't the final layout, but they still have the same stuff in them. So they all have a shower, a toilet and a sink. And the same sort of decorations, so they all have a mirror as well. I actually did not realise how long I had spent doing these changing rooms. I did try and... I wanted them to kind of feel like full but not cluttered, which is probably what it was like taking me so long to process. But I did add like... So in sort of the general area of the changing rooms, this is where you can see I'm adding in 2 sofa... I think I added in 2. Yeah, I added in 2 sofas, then sort of... I put a counter in the middle and do it as a sort of makeup station. So, you know, if you've just had a shower for the ladies or the men or anyone to use, there's like some tissues, there's a mirror, hairdryer, and like some makeup for sort of your post-workout refresh. So, I don't know. I kind of had the idea of after they've had a workout, they can go back to work looking exactly how they were before they left to go on lunch. I added in those really nice lockers as well. Just turn them all white so that everyone can kind of store their personal belongings. Here you can see this is me adding in the sort of bathroom clutter for the sort of refresh / makeup station. Added in a couple of bags, turning on the move objects cheat so I can actually put them in. A couple of workout bags just around the floor. There was only like, I think 3 colours by default. I could have gone into creator style, but I couldn't be bothered spending that much time on them. At this point, turn move objects back off so that the mirrors actually place correctly. There's no issue with like the height of the mirrors, but I have play tested the whole every shower, toilet and sink. I have play tested now and it is correct. I take out the back stairwell there, as you just saw. Now, this back room does change. So it is one big room as it is at the minute. And it does change. And I do add stuff into it, because I think I leave it blank for a while, because I genuinely couldn't think of anything to put in there. This is about to become the new stairwell to get upstairs. Just a nice 2 wide stairs. Square it off the atrium, and where the gym area is at the minute, we'll move into the sort of dance studio thing there to the left in the very gaudy yellow colour, which also goes, don't worry, I did not leave it yellow. So still trying to figure out how to add in stairs, apparently, because I have completely forgotten how to use The Sims 3. I haven't played it for a good like 8, 9, maybe 10 years, so yeah, bear with me. I also took out all the railings so that it didn't have the jagged edge and just squared it off. And I think I took out... yeah. I tried to update the railings so that it looks slightly more modern. But I do actually end up replacing all of that balcony with... well, almost all of the balcony with a wall. That's where you can see that I just moved the fish lights upstairs so that they're not floating in midair above the swimming pool. And I go around, I add in this half wall. The half wall closest to sort of the gym room stays the same. The other wall does not. There's a bit of a spoiler of what's to come. So I go through, I re-added in the floor-to-ceiling windows on the second story as well. I didn't put it on the other side of the... obviously the balcony intersects with the window, but I didn't put it on the other side because I do actually end up putting in a wall where that half wall fence thing was. Now I take out the random room with a bath in it as well, because I didn't really understand what it was there for. Spoiler alert to a future episode, I do actually re-add a bath in downstairs, but that is within an episode of Rags to Riches, which is not in this renovation. So it kind of becomes a bit of an ongoing renovation. I do take out all the windows upstairs. Not all of the windows. I've taken out the windows sort of in the rooms that I do change. So here you can see I'm putting in a full glass wall as the entrance to the gym. So that will eventually, when I decide on a window, becomes the actual workout space. And I think it has 4 treadmills and 4 weight machines and 3 pull-up bars as well. Here you can see I'm just removing the old lighting, replacing it with new. Adding a mirror at the bottom where the stairwell used to be. And just I did that as a bit of a like where they have in normal gyms, like a UK gym anyway, where you have sort of like Pilates classes and stuff like that. I did attempt to put the dance floor in, but then I just thought people would just go up there and dance. Don't know if that would actually happen, but I just did it as a precaution. Now, here's me adding in the new workout equipment. I did put in the most expensive, obviously, and I kind of went a bit overboard. And I do believe that I shrink it down as well and replace it so that there's not so many. Okay, apparently not. That is how many we're having. There's the 3 pull-up bars. That little tiny piece of diagonal wall to the right of the pull-up bars actually disappears within an episode, and I have to go back and fix it. I honestly thought that I had deleted it by accident, but I didn't. Now, this is the part where I thought there was a sauna, and I wanted to put a sauna in that blank room at the back, but it wouldn't. I couldn't find one because one doesn't exist because it's in The Sims 2, as I have found out now. So on this bit, I'm trying to put a hot tub on a platform, which I thought it let you do automatically as part of like the game. Turns out you can't. So I'll try removing the flooring underneath it, then going back up to re-add the flooring back in, and eventually I just move objects into place. But we go for the nice modern one. One of them, that one. No, the slightly bigger one with like a waterfall kind of thing behind it, I think it is. I'm not entirely sure. No, removing the wall now, trying to get this hot tub to fit on the side of the pool. And I think I almost gave up on it, but that is the hot tub, and that is where it goes. Not this one, that one. Very indecisive when it comes to building, as it turns out. Now, this back room, I remove it completely and then re-add it in. But I re-add it in as, I think it becomes 3 separate rooms. Adding in the sun lounges again. Sun lounging in a glass box, basically. This is me just finishing off the lighting and the tables within the cafe area. And then I put a full glass window looking in from the lobby. Just kind of trying to go around and add in some sort of decorations here, there and everywhere. Just kind of make it look like it's an actual gym, I suppose. That wall, I believe, changes in a second. The one with the wavy pattern on it. Flitting back, adding in a towel rack holder shelf into the changing rooms. I literally, as I was going through all the clutter decorative items, I literally was just flying around the gym, trying to add things in, and thinking, oh, that'd look good. So yeah, apologies for like the cameras flying about, but yeah, add in some random towels into the lobby area. This is where I tried to add in the computer onto the counter. Turns out it doesn't work, and I didn't want to move objects like a desk or anything into it. So we just leave it without. I also thought that Sims would just end up playing on it, as is always the case when you add in a computer into any sort of lot. It's normally the computers that are taken up first. And I think I go in now. Oh god, that was a big piece of artwork. And I put in a what would you call it? Like a sideboard, like a bedroom sideboard here. A dresser, that's what it's called. Add in a dresser just with a lamp and a piece of artwork on the wall, which I really apparently can't pick. It takes me a while. I can't actually remember if I put a plant on there. Yes, I do. And then there's a piece of artwork behind it at some point. There you go. This is where I start fiddling about with a little bit of a seating area in the lobby. Not that it needs it, but I just thought it kind of looked nice. So if you're waiting for like your friends to still come out of the changing room, then you've got somewhere to kind of wait. Then I found the tanning booths, which I then add in, so we have like a tanning salon within the gym. Why you'd want it, I don't know. And then that sort of little indent of wall next to them, I do add in a sofa, and I'm pretty sure I add in a white sofa. So you can go and sit on the white sofa after you've had a spray tan. On the opposite side, like the big space on the right hand side, I tried to find like a mud bath, which turns out again is I think a Sims 2 thing, not a Sims 3 thing. Flying around the outside of the building to fly back in. I genuinely have no idea what's happening most of the time because I, like I said, recorded this probably about a week ago. So the space to the right here, I was going to add in sort of a makeover studio, so you can go to the spa/gym and get a makeover while you're there. Then decided against it, just because I didn't think it'd end up getting used, to be quite honest. So I do remove the sort of, oh my god, what's it called? The makeover station? Literally just used the word and then forgot. Add in some new windows, remove the old gym equipment. Now, this upstairs area I really like. So a gym I used to go to had a sort of a separate bar, lounge, restaurant area. And I was actually quite surprised because this does actually work. I didn't think it'd work, but it does. And I just created this sort of opulent seating area. You can't really see it because I've put no lights in. So apologies for that. There aren't really many windows in this corner other than like those three that are there. So it is really dark. So you can see I've just separated the area off. I was going to sort of try and turn it into a VIP area. But I just quite kind of like the look of it. Anyway, so I take out the fence and I close it off and I paint it in a really dark red. I also put in a darker wood floor just to make it feel super like cozy, comfy, luxurious. Has a bar, which does work. I also don't add any bar stools in because I completely forgot they exist. Now I add in the buffet table as well, but again, that genuinely doesn't work. But the bar does work, so you can go and get food at the bar anyway. And then just add in like a bit of a restaurant-y seating area on the upstairs. So as I was saying, one of the gyms that I used to go to many years ago had a pool. You used to walk around it, past squash courts. There was like a full glass-fronted workout space that was completely separate. It was tiered downwards, had TV screens hanging from the roof and everything. And then you walk around, there was a hot tub built into the side of the swimming pool. It had a steam room, saunas, then it had the male and female changing rooms, which also had steam rooms and saunas within them. But then it also had this really cozy, like luxurious sort of relaxing area where you could go, you could get food, you could get a drink from the bar and just sit and kind of chill out for a bit. And that's kind of what I wanted to recreate here. I did leave the side open so that you could kind of look over the pool rather than windowing it in. But then I do actually change it to windows because I thought if you sat in this area and you've got the TV on, there's music playing, you don't want to hear people splashing about in the pool. Especially you don't want to hear kids like screaming and shouting. So I do wall it in. That wall stays open, so the wall that overlooks the lobby stays open, but the wall that overlooks the pool becomes a wall with, I think I put the same windows that are on the side of the building, the floor to ceiling. I think I put them in. And I'm just going to have a quick sip of a drink. So yeah, that's where I'm putting in the new floor to ceiling windows. Flying about the gym again, but we are nearly done. So at the beginning I did just move the kitchen, like I just moved all the objects that were already there, and then This is me replacing them. I had in a dishwasher, we've got a coffee machine, we've got a fancy fridge and a sink. Just kind of make it a bit more of a complete package, fully functional. Just adding in some little clutter items here, there and everywhere. Faffing about with the individual changing areas again, as usual. And this is where I go back now, and I'm going to put in the couch. There you go, a nice white couch for after your spray tan. Why you would do that, I don't know. Just to some more sort of seating. I had in these windows on the corner just because I kind of thought it looked cool. Apparently didn't add them on the upstairs bit though, which would have looked even better. Then out front, nothing too drastic. I removed that lamppost and just added in a little water feature. Just kind of because I can, really. There was no particular reason for it. I just remembered that the water fountain tool was really cool when it first came out, and I used to love it. So just add in a little small water feature. I do add in some extra parking spaces as well. So I shimmied one of the cars over and added in a second space. Back upstairs again, just adding in a couple more bits of seating, some side tables, just so that the whole area is full. Then this I did I felt like looking in straight on that table was a bit open, so I just put I think I just put a plant there. Yeah, one of these, just to kind of add a little bit of privacy, but you can still kind of see in and see how busy it is. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I certainly do. I look in places and just think, ooh, it looks a bit busy, I'm going to avoid it. Just going in and adding more plants. And on to the screenshots. The exterior, the lobby, the new kitchen, the pool, and these are the bathrooms with the bath that I added in, and like a little cleaning area outside of them. The tan booth. Then I love the locker room. And this is the new layout of the showers. Then this is the upstairs landing. Love the bar area, just like super cozy. The gym area, and we only have 2 pull-up bars now. Then just an overview of the pool from the different angles, and here is the floor plans. So that's the top and second floors, and that is all for today. So thank you very much for watching this renovation. And I hope you continue watching the Rags to Riches series. So yeah, thank you for watching. Leave any comments, suggestions and feedback down below for renovations or for the actual Rags to Riches series. Thank you very much and goodbye.